Okay, so for question 8, they say AX, FAX equals to this equation, this expression. So they said find A if F0 equals to 6. Means that what is substitute here is AX is substitute by 0 because you are mapping AX to this answer. So your place of AX here is replaced by 0 and your answer is equal to 6. Alright, so means AX is 0. How you going to substitute this AX equals to 0? It's not substitute X, it's substitute AX. So you can see what's your AX. Here you can take out 2AX, AX squared times A times AX plus 3A equals to 0. So when I take out AX, okay, so when I take out AX, you can see it clearly. This part is 0A. And then this part also 0A equals to 6. So definitely the answer go for 3A equals to 6. A equals to 2. So just 2 marks. So when you understand the mapping concept, then will be no problem. But now they want to mapping X only. Originally, they're mapping for AX. So now they want to mapping X only. Okay, so when they are mapping difference from two terms become one terms here, then our things also will be different. So you can see AX here is mapping to X. So means that this mapping is X, this mapping is X, and equals to the answer. So you can get it directly. You want to find for AX, so it is AX squared times A, then AX times A, and 3A. Now this is what I simplified for just now when you're mapping AX. So when you want to map for X, means this will be X squared A, and this will be XA and 3A. So what's your A just now? Our A just now is 2. So substitute our A is 2, so we can get 2x squared, 2x, and then plus 6. Okay, so 1 marks. So of course, if you don't know how to do this mapping, you cannot see this mapping clearly, you can go back to the traditional way. Traditional way is we can let's say we let. So this is another way lah. Another way how we max from AX to X. We let M equals to AX. So we will change all these function in term of M. So this become M already. So what will be your X? Your X will be your M over A, which is M over 2. Alright, so it will become Fm equals to, what's your A? So your A is cube. So it will be 8x squared. Okay, so A is 2, 8. Then X is M over 2. Then continue. A is 2 squared, 4. So what's your X here in terms of M? M over 2. And then 3A, which is 6. And we simplify this. M squared over 4. Here is 2M. So you still get 2M squared plus 2M plus 6. So this is how we get our Fx also. So the question just tests you on how you see your mapping. Do you understand mapping or not? Do you understand map x, ax to the answer, map x to the answer? Alright, so continue to see. Determine the domain and range for this function fx. So determine the domain and range for this function quadratic. State the interval where the function is 1 to 1. So we want to make it 1 to 1. Okay, so before we going to do the domain and range, we completing the square. Make sure we take out the 2. Let the x square coefficient is 1. Alright, then only we can completing the square for this quadratic where the coefficient is 1. So this will be x square, then 1 over 2. Minus back the value and plus c. So this is negative 1 over 4. 3 minus negative 1 over 4, 11 over 4. When you expand back into the bracket here, in front of the bracket. So from here, domain is not any special case, so negative infinity to infinity. For range, we'll close this quadratic characteristic. When you close this, you can see our value, minimum value is 11 over 2. So 11 over 2 until infinity, positive infinity. So if we look at our graph here, you can see it clearly. Our minimum value here is negative half, and here is 11 over 2. It is not 1 to 1. Okay, it is not 1 to 1 actually. So that's why, hence, the question continue after you see your domain and range. The question asks you to determine the part that can make the function 1 to 1. So in order to make the function 1 to 1, we cannot take the whole quadratic graph. We only take one side only, either this right hand side or left hand side, one side only, so that the graph is not having two intersection point when doing horizontal line test. So for fx to be 1 to 1, only for the x in the interval so I'm taking this side, right hand side. So we are taking from the minimum part, because the minimum point will be a point that will symmetry to the whole graph here. So this is the axis of symmetry also, cutting the minimum point. So fx is 1 to 1 in the interval of starting from minimum point to the right hand side. So you can see when I'm taking this right hand side graph, my graph always 1 to 1. It doesn't have any two intersection point, because this part I'm not going to consider already. So of course our answer can be accept another one, which is negative infinity to negative half, but not both. If you're writing both interval, means you're taking both interval, then you'll be not 1 to 1. So from here, we do our completing the square in order to get out our domain and range. From then only you can know the interval for the fx become 1 to 1.